Hello, my viewers. You're welcome to Frank NutriFacts YouTube channel where we discuss only about healthy lifestyles. On today's episode, I would like to talk about how to use your eye drops effectively. What made me to talk about this is because we have noticed that most patients, when they are recommended to use one or two eye drops, and they are asked to come back, to monitor the improvement on that eye, you discover that our expectation is not always what we see. And when we inquire further as to how the person has been using the eye drop, we usually find out that the patient has been using it the wrong way. And that is what this video is going to take care of. I'm going to be talking about how to apply your eye drop correctly in order to achieve the required results that is expected of the eye drop. Please, before I continue with this video, I would like you to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you find it very interesting. Share this video, particularly to those that have one eye condition or the other and they are using their eye drops, so that they can learn how to apply their eye drops correctly. As well as give me some thumbs up if you find this video very interesting. So without wasting so much of your time, let's get started. I will start by saying that if you have an eye condition that requires you to use more than two eye drops, or that requires you to use more than an eye drop, what you need to do is to make sure you create some time interval between the first eye drop and the second eye drop. That is how to use this eye drop appropriately. For instance, let's say the eye drop you're going to use are two, like this, and you are supposed to use these two eye drops in the morning, maybe in the afternoon, and also in the night. Most times what people do is that once they open the eye drop, they will just drop it, a drop on this eye, a drop on this eye, and immediately they go on to the second one and drop again on this eye and the other eye. That is the wrong way to apply an eye drop. Now, the reason is because by the time you apply the second eye drop on both eyes, the second eye drop will automatically flush out the first eye drop. So you find out that the first eye drop will not be able to achieve its purpose because you didn't even give the eye drop enough time for the eye to absorb it before you start applying the second eye drop. So most times you find that maybe it's the second eye drop that is working effectively, and that is just what I've explained. You find out that after the given time you have given the patients to use that eye drop, when the patient presents back, you find out that there is little or no improvement, and that is because the patient has been applying it wrongly. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you are giving more than one eye drop, let's say 2, 3, or 4, depending on what the condition is, make sure you give at least 5 minutes interval in between these eye drops. So what you do is, let's say for instance, this is the 2 eye drops. You put a drop on this eye, a drop on the other eye, and then you close your eyes. I didn't say you should close it so strongly like this, just close it and then relax. Give yourself like 5 minutes, okay, so that the eye drop will be absorbed very well by the eye, and then you open your eyes and then apply the second one. That is how it is done. Secondly, some people want to put an eye drop. Some will start from here and drop. Some will start from here and drop. Some will target that black part of the eye to drop the eye drop. That is not how it is done. If you want to apply an eye drop into the eye, you target this side of the eye. We call it cul-de-sac. It is like a depression in the eye. So that is where you target when you want to put an eye drop into the eye. So what you do, you pull down your eye like this. Make sure your head is tilted upwards. You tilt your head like this, and then you pull your eye down, and then you drop it. And then when you do it, if you are doing it by yourself, then you just try and close that eye, and then do the second one. Make sure you lift your head up very well, and then you pull this one down, and then drop it again, and then you close your eyes. Give both eyes like 5 minutes, and then you open it. That is how it is done. So if the eye drop is more than 2, let's say it's 3, the same thing. You put first one, boom, you give 5 minutes, you open your eyes, you put the second one, boom, boom, you close your eyes and give it another 5 minutes, and then like that. That is how it is done. So that each of these eye drop will be able to achieve their purpose for which it is being dropped into the eye. So I hope with this you can be able to put your eye drop effectively. Now, if you find it difficult to put it into your eyes, there is no harm in calling for someone to assist you with that. You mustn't do it. And that is why sometimes you find out that people waste their eye drop. Most eye drops are very expensive, particularly glaucoma eye drops. You find out that tiny thing like this is so expensive. And if the people that did it, probably they made it 5 mil, and their plan is that this 5 mil should take you for 1 month. If you don't put it appropriately, let's say a drop here, and maybe mistakenly, because you're doing it by yourself, you now put 2 drops here, maybe the first one fell off, and then you now put the second one correctly, like that, you find out that you're wasting most of the eye drops, and before you know it, the eye drop will not be able to stay up to the required time that it is supposed to stay, because you've been wasting it. So because of that, in order to minimize waste, you look for somebody that can assist you with the application. So that is how to use your eye drop so that it can work effectively. Another thing again is, make sure that the tip of the eye drop does not touch your eyelid, so that you don't reinfect the eye. Let's say, for instance, that you have an eye infection. This is how to put it. Make sure that the eye drop is a little bit away from your eye, then you drop it. Okay, not that you want to drop it and then some people will bring it almost close to the eyelid to drop it. Now let's assume it's an eye infection, or maybe this one has an infection but this one does not have, but because of, for safety, they say apply here, then you now touch it on the eyelid and drop, and then carry it over to this one. You are just reinfecting the eye from one eye to the other. It doesn't work. So you try and lift the eye up a little, the eye drop, and then you drop it. Remember I said in the cul-de-sac, and drop, boom, and then the same thing, you drop, boom, and then you close your eye. This is how eye drop should be used if you want to get the desired result. I hope you really understand what I have said so far. So if you have any question regarding this video I have made, I would like you to leave the questions on the comments box. I will reply as soon as I see it. Until next time, bye. Yeah.